everybody, and welcome to week 16's update video thing. This one is for the 16th of December 2015. As you're watching this, I will be in the midst of finals week, so I will have probably quite a bit of time to edit. However, right now, since I was just starting Terraria and getting that started, holy crap, I had the worst world. I had to dig forever, so I ended up recording like 5 hours of that, probably 3 episodes worth. So yeah, that's gonna take most of my editing resources this week, most likely, and I've also got to edit and still record Fast Food Tycoon 2. I'm probably going to do that tomorrow morning because I am going to go in a little bit late. But right now, I've already got some of the stuff moved over to the editing partition of the hard drive, but it'll still probably take quite a while. So as you probably noticed, Terraria should be up already. Should have gone out Monday, but this weekend should be Don't Starve. Now, Don't Starve was a pain to get recording properly. And so I've got it recorded in... Had to be in... Ooh, you little yawn there. Had to be in windowed mode to be able to record it. So I just left it at the default windowed mode, so it's going to be in 720p for at least the first episode. And that's Don't Starve Shipwrecked. So it's that new one. And the first episode, I find out how you get poo. And I don't think there's any beefalo, so it's just this way. Ooh. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, I suppose. I don't think that I'm going to have time to record Cthulhu Saves the World, so that's gonna need to wait. There will be a day that I don't have anything for. So there's that, but aside from that, everything else should be going up, no problem. For Rocket League, again, I did really poorly, and I think I just pretty much just as badly as last time. And I think that it might possibly have something to do with the DeLorean that I've been using, because before I used that, I didn't have any problems. Well, most of the time I was doing pretty well, but it's either that or maybe the Steam controller, but I highly doubt it. So I don't know, maybe I just got worse, but I think it might have something to do with the low profile of it and just the general... I mean, I don't think that the different cars have different stats. I think it's just, you know, aesthetics. But I'm starting to question that now because another episode of me being really bad is going to be up. And I don't know why. So that's going to be tomorrow, I think. And Friday will be Fast Food Tycoon 2. Yesterday, I think, was Holy Potatoes. We finally finish up that place that we were at, and you can go back and we can go on to that new place. Can't remember what it's called. And in that new place, I'm sure we'll be able to help whatever Kratos' potato name was. I would say potatoes, but that's basically the same as Potados. No, fuck you, Grumper. Oh well. But, senior project, instead of using all the accelerometers, I don't know if I've talked about it all, but for now you'll just need to be waiting in wonder to see what that is. Because when I finish school, if this does get big enough, which hopefully it does, I'll be able to work on that like full-time that with alongside this, and not need to worry about whatever company I work for claiming it, because it is something that I would want to end up manufacturing and putting on the market, and it could be really useful for VR stuff. But still got to do the little, in my senior projects, just like a little proof of concept type thing. And to do it, I'm going to be manipulating a 3D model, but I'm not a programmer, and I'm by myself for this project, so fuck you, Bullfish. I mean, I know some code. I'm not bad at software coding, but, well, I mean, to a software engineer, I'm sure I would be terrible, but, you know, I'm alright. It's not like I'm the worst. I'm probably better than most in my department at the school I'm at now, but who knows? But I need to learn how to use OpenGL. I'm probably just going to scan the model of the thing that I'm going to manipulate, but I still need to find out how to manipulate it. That could potentially be a problem. Hopefully it's not, though. May get dark here. I don't really feel like editing it to make it not dark. Did I hook something that I shouldn't have? Yes, I did. Fucking mustard fish. So yeah, if any of you guys watching this, so if you, whoever one person is watching this in the next year, if you can point me to any good tutorials on how, because I just need to import a model, I would be able to just make it in some program, I'm sure, and then use that to manipulate it, but, well, some language. I kind of learned some language that could potentially do that, but the model that I need to manipulate is rather large. So worst case scenario, I could use that and just make like a really basic representation of it, like cylinders and stuff, but I'd much prefer to actually get this scanned image and use the scanned image as a model to manipulate on screen in real time. And to do that, I think that I basically need OpenGL with C or C++. So that's my goal. Hardware implementation, I think it should be fairly easy, because instead of accelerometers now, I'm just going to use a bunch of potentiometers. This may have been enough for you guys to, some of you guys to figure out what it is I'm doing. But hey, I'll never tell. So yeah. My initial plan was just to use a bunch of accelerometers, which would have been fairly cheap. Pain in the ass to solder, because they're all 3mm by 3mm chips with 16 contacts underneath it. So yeah, tiny little things to solder. But it would have been pretty cheap. And then I realized, hey, that would be very, very difficult, and I don't have time in the one semester to derive all the equations for the physics of it and develop Verilog code to implement it in the one semester that I've got without using any sort of gyros. So I thought, okay, then I'll just add some gyros, right? It wouldn't be too bad. Can't be much more expensive. My original design had, I think, 1, 2, 3. Like 17 accelerometers, and I was thinking if they were like $1 a piece tops. And so I thought, okay, that won't be too much of a problem. I'll just get some gyros for it. They couldn't be too much more expensive, right? And if I had each one paired with a gyro, that could get rid of most of the difficult equation stuff, and I'd be able to do it no problem. But the gyros are about $4 a piece, the cheapest ones that I could find that would have been decent for this. And yeah, it would have been way too much to have for each one, and if I used accelerometers with those gyros as basis, it still would have been quite a bit of equations that I'd need to drive, and other shite, and also ways to figure out ways to calibrate it, like without needing to fully calibrate it every like 10 seconds. Because every time there's a little bit of an error, that error would compound and compound and compound until all hell breaks loose. So using just the little potentiometers, I should be able to get most of the motion stuff done. It's about the same price as it originally was with just accelerometers, because I also need more analog digital converters for all the accelerometers. So yeah. And I'm also going to be 3D printing all the cases for those little those potentiometers. So the final plan as of now is 2 accelerometers, 2 gyros, shitload of potentiometers, and a bunch of other shit. So yeah, ain't that nice? Ain't that special? So that's that. Recording wise, One Way Heroics is gonna be on hold for however long. I might pick it back up if people show interest. Same sort of thing for Regrowth. The only videos of that were getting any views were the ones that had Steam Controller in the title. And I'm not about to just spam Steam Controller in the title of all my videos that I use the Steam Controller in just for views. So I'm not going to. I'm just gonna drop that series for the moment. Fuck you. And yeah, pick that up at some point. And remember, Zeus is still out there on hold. That would be fun to get back into at some point. And I do have the physical disc for updating my editing software, so that'll be nice. I don't know if I'll be able to figure out what was going on with those 4x3 videos Fast Food Tycoon 2 still does it. I really don't know why. It's really weird, the pink and cyan glitches. But what are you gonna do, right? So, I think that's about all I was going to cover. I really don't know what else I could. I feel like I'm forgetting something important, but I don't really know what it could be. Well, anyways, thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is. How far away am I? That you decide to watch, that I am Jesus in yeah. So, okay, I'll say that again in more understandable stuff. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is you decide to watch them in. Goodbye.